Welcome back once again to the North American Star League Season 3. It is day number 3. Players are ready, so we are going to start this countdown and get going with our first game, Sen versus GanZi. GamaniaSen from the Gamma Bears, Sen versus coL.GanZi. Should be an awesome match. Kev, any sort of prediction as we go into this?
Yeah, this is one of those matches where, I mean, you're going to have to pick one, and I must say this is a really tough one. I really think it can go either way, but I decided to put my faith in Sen. He's always good at the NASL, and it's been a while since we've seen really a lot from him, but I don't know. I love that orange jacket. I just have faith in Sen. It's ZVT.
Yeah, I really actually agree with what you said there. This is one of the harder ones to call. We know GanZi is a top-notch Korean Terran.
Yeah, man.
But Sen's a bit of a mystery. In the past, he's beaten Korean players. But in the past, he's also been beaten by Korean players, and we just haven't seen much of him in recent months. I've been flip-flopping on this a little bit myself, but I think that at the end of the day, I think the Korean Terran's going to take it. I'll take GanZi.
All right, man. We'll see who's right. I'm very excited. By the way, guys, this game is played live right now, so both these guys were waiting. That's why we're rushing things a little bit, despite all our updates, but those are part of our program. But yeah, both these guys were eager to start, so we're like, all right, let's fire this bad boy up. So yeah, live action, Ben. I love it.
Me too. If you guys have predictions, you can send them to us at twitter.com/NASLTV. Also send them to, we've got a pause.
But that happens when we're live, Ben.
Hopefully not.
That's why you guys love live games, right? We're doing this for you. We're not doing this for ourselves.
Right. That's right.
If we would just be allowed to cast replays, this wouldn't happen.
That's right. So it does give me a chance to say, hey, this first game, this is our Kingston match to remember, brought to you guys by Kingston HyperX, our sponsor who decided they wanted to make sure that Sen versus GanZi took place. And Sen saying, pause for a moment, I'm just setting my hotkeys. So that's what the issue is. It's nothing major. We should be jumping right back in game shortly. The map is Shattered Temple.
You know where I think that people should send their predictions?
At NASL_chance.
Yes, because like chance predictions, chance.
Oh,
smart. You see what I did there, man?
It's kind of smart. Take a chance.
Oh, stop it,
Take a chance on you. Right,
yes.
right. You know that song? What is that from? It's from Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, here we go again. Let's not do that.
Yeah,
all right, guys, we're still waiting.
Well for us.
No, we're still alive. I forget this.
Only on Friday the 13th, says our producer.
Yeah, this is actually the first pause we had so far in 3 days of broadcasting, but obviously, no big deal. Yeah. I mean, the first map is the Shattered Temple, as you guys have already seen. After this, it's just loser picks, so we can't tell you guys what's going to be up for sure. We're going to camera 3 right now.
Nice
I'm not
little close-up of Rotti.
I really have no points to make. Like, I can look really smart right now in this camera.
This is your best smart pose. That's the same pose you always make.
I know. Anyway,
guys, I got to tell y'all a story right now.
The game is live. Let's do it afterwards.
The Rotti pose. You don't have to be on camera for me to tell the story of the Rotti pose.
What's the Rotti pose story with us?
Well, because all you have to do is look at any picture of Rotti. Go online, go to his Facebook or his fan page, look at any photo of Rotterdam that you can find. From Home Story Cup, from any event he's ever casted. Rotterdam only has one pose for the camera. It is always exactly the same. And when you see it, you'll be like, oh, the Rotti pose. So.
Yeah, I just look horrific on pictures, man. That's the only pose that I can pull off. So I gotta roll with it. I'm not the photogenic marathon runner. Photogenic.
Hey, man, it's like blue steel. You got one look, but it works for you, brother.
Yeah, that's still better than your 0 looks.
Oh, snap.
Hedge first over here for Sen at the top side of the Shattered Temple.
Yeah, why are you always bringing me down?
Yeah, well, you're saying I only have one pose, bro.
But you just said you only have one pose.
Yeah, that's true, but you don't have to let the public know. Nobody ever noticed this. Actually, one guy did on Facebook, because I had 2 pictures on the row of like 2 years time spot, but they were exactly the same. And he's like, hey, Rotti, always same pose. And I'm like, delete comment.
Well, Tech Lab opening from GanZi, so it could be my favorite opening of all time. Before we get too deep into the game, I want to point out that there's been a couple changes made to NASL, the Shattered Temple. Namely, you'll notice that the gold bases are not gold bases, they're regular expansions. The rocks are still there, but these rocks have no armor, meaning they die a little bit faster than they normally do.
And they have armor 1.
Well, it's because it's an armored structure, but normally there's 1 more armor, I do believe, maybe even 2 more armor, which makes it, well, quite frankly, it's a buff for Zerg in terms of the map, because it means Zerglings can kill those rocks a little bit faster.
I still prefer you explaining why you like Reaper expensive.
Because it's the best build in the book, Kevin.
Maybe I can do it once.
Why is Reaper Expand so damn good?
I like Reaper Expand, man, because it will always give you a great... I mean, you always will see a lot, you will know what's going on, and you should always be able to at least pick off a drone or maybe kill a couple of Zerglings. You get a great scout up. It's a very economic opening as well. So all in all, it's just a great opening.
I couldn't agree more. You get that scout. The sole purpose of the Reaper is the scout. He just has to do that one job, and if he can do bonus damage, it's just he's already done.
But look at Sen.
He's making a lot of Zerglings.
That's a lot of Zerglings from Sen. I kind of wonder what he wants to do with that. There's just a single Reaper. GanZi's gonna have to pay attention to this Reaper.
But of course he does. It's gonna hop up onto the high ground after taking minimal damage.
That's a surprising opening over here by Sen, man. So many Zerglings. He's gonna try to run across the map straight away. The factory is not up yet, the reactor is going on. He's going to try to, I think, delay this command center, and he might actually succeed in doing so.
Well, he's going to have to hurry. That command center is very nearly complete, and the Lings are chasing the Reaper. So look at this bonus damage. GanZi assuring himself of getting that command center completed. The Reaper does pick off a single Zergling at least. How many kills does he have? 4 kills. Wow, 3 Zerglings.
Then it's a supply block, man, and it's a very nasty one.
Yeah, supply block at 36. It's like an excellent supply block.
25 seconds he's gonna have to wait. This is a really, really big supply block by Sen and quite a big blunder. Tried to achieve something with those Lings early on, but did not manage to do so. Yeah. So very nice opening for GanZi right now.
Might even see Sen just throw down another hatchery.
Yeah, because this is a lot of money this phase of the game.
He's up to 4 queens. You know what? This 36 supply block is actually so easy to hit when you make 4 queens, because queens suck up supply so fast. I've gotten stuck here a couple of times.
These Zergs, man. 2 supply units.
Well, I mean, you're used to building Zerglings and drones early on, so when you're playing this kind of gasless opening, this is the same sort of gasless opening we saw Haypro play yesterday against Cloud. But the queens, they really do need a bad supply, and it's very easy to get caught. Oh, this is not good. 2 Hellions up in the main base can be very annoying. Queens don't build in any sort of haste.
Well, Sen is going to take a lot of damage over here already, even though he might not lose that many drones, but he already lost too many drones.
4
so
drones
many
and a huge shot! Oh my goodness! GanZi really getting his money's worth there. 2 Hellions getting, I believe it was 6 drone kills
7
in total.
Yeah, maybe he lost one already.
And again, more Hellions into the natural. So beautiful play here by GanZi, just keeping the pressure on Sen. And this is all made possible, Kevin, by the Reaper Expand.
I'm not sure if this is all possible by the Reaper Expand, but these 2 Hellions are still alive. Sen is having a really horrific start over here.
Another drone goes down. Oh my goodness, 15 worker kills in total.
That's ridiculous.
Now, the good news for Sen is that with the 4 queens, he's got tons and tons of larvae. Yeah. But I mean, so he can definitely remake stuff.
That's literally the only good news for Sen right now. GanZi, what are you doing? Could have had 3 Hellions up in the main. He's gonna have 2 more. A couple of drones are still kind of low on HP. That was a bad Hellion shot.
Man, and the Hellions are still doing so much work. Drones actually being pulled to fight here. And drones against Hellions is not the best fight imaginable. 36 drones to 36 drones on the income tab. We can really see how effective this harass has been. 19 workers killed in total. GanZi looking very good. My prediction looking strong.
Yeah, it looks really good for you right now, Ben. Double engineering base up for GanZi as well. 1 armor and 1 attack on the way. For those Marines, siege tanks starting to roll out, siege mode on the way, and triple orbital, 8 minutes in the game, and barely being below the Zerg opponent worker-wise. I mean, this is massive.
Yeah, it's so very important to point out that triple orbital, because that is the correct response to this gasless Zerg play. We saw Cloud make great use of it yesterday against Haypro, and GanZi for I don't know what he saw, because that Reaper didn't actually see the gases, but he made the right read. Maybe it was all those queens saying to himself, okay, I think this is a gasless Zerg. I'm going to take a fast 3rd command center.
Or maybe he just took a chance.
Yeah, or I mean, the fast 3rd command center is getting... Maybe he took an NASL _ chance.
On Twitter. More drones on the way right now for Sen, but he's going to have to get way more out of those, because normally he should have more drones in this phase of the game. Very great Overlord sacrifice over here, though. He sees pretty much everything there is to see. And that's going to help him a little bit, but this is one of the situations where you see something and you can't really do much about it.
I'm so sad right now, Kevin.
Why?
Because I just realized that we forgot to make our funniest joke of the day after the Korean update.
Oh, we did.
Dang it.
We save it for next time. There's always a new Duran update.
Okay. Okay. Well, you guys, we had a really good joke that it wasn't like we don't exactly prepare material.
No, that's the big problem. We never prepare anything.
And the one time that we think of something good beforehand, we forget to say it.
We just get a free vote.
Man, it was a really good joke though. So next time, guys.
I'm sure we're gonna forget it again.
Probably. So
7 creep tumors on the way right now for Sen, so at least he's gonna get some creep threat going. It's gonna actually go really, really quick. I love this supply wall, by the way, over here from GanZi. And look at the production tab, man. It goes always almost halfway through the screen. Even starts Vikings already, just to snipe some overlords, I guess.
And that's another really cool thing to do in today's ZVT metagame, is Zergs are getting away from making mutas. That one Viking can pay for himself tenfold just by picking off the overlords that are spread out to spot drops. And Sin has spread his overlords brilliantly, by the way, Kevin. There's not a single drop path that's uncovered.
And it's also very good for the morale of your troops to have Tom Cruise fighting for you. The alpha male.
I'm not even gonna. Tom Cruise is.
Dude, if I have Tom Cruise on my side,
don't like Tom Cruise.
If I have Tom Cruise on my side, I'm not afraid to die.
Our producer's standing in. Morgan, have you ever met Tom Cruise? Is he a jerk? So confirmed by our producer, Tom Cruise. Is he the alpha male? Oh, what? He said yes. Isn't he really short? Okay, all right. We've got Starcraft to talk about. GanZi has taken his third base where those rocks used to be, so he's looking very, very good right now. Sin's also up to 3 bases.
I say this very often, man, but I still love to point it out. As soon as Terran secure a new base, and if they know they are going to secure one, which GanZi obviously knew because he had a great early game, so he didn't really have to fear for this third base right now.
Yeah.
Saved up so much energy on all his orbitals, straight away drops Silver here. Small things, but it matters so much, because if there is a phase of the game where he perhaps gonna have to give this expand up just for a little bit, he will have plenty of mineral left in his main and his natural.
That's right. One thing that's really overlooked a lot in strategy discussion in general today, or these days, is just the rate at which you mine out your bases. And if you can balance that just gives you more longevity. Good moves by Sin for sure. Or GanZi, excuse me.
The alpha male is on his way. Took out 2 OVs already. Third is gonna fall soon. Burrow is being researched right now by Sen. Pedanuke Lens as well. So he's going kind of for the same place as we saw Hapro go for.
All right, so we've got basically Roach Ling play here out of Sin. He's going to be adding in Infestors very, very soon.
Man, I love this, by the way. GanZi is so prepared for all sort of run buys. I mean, this takes a small effort, but his one bunker is going to make him feel so safe for the rest of the game.
Well, it's a mistake that we saw Cloud make on Odyssey that GanZi is obviously not going to make. He's got a tank in a good spot, a bunker behind the supply depot wall. He's going to be very safe from things like that.
The only thing what I would have loved to see GanZi do after that great early game, why not be a little bit more aggressive? Just run to the Selnaga watchtower with some marines and tanks. If Sen has a ton of units and you lose your forces, you should still be fine, and that means that he spent a ton of lava. Because right now, okay, he killed a ton of workers early on, but Sen is still going to get a really, really great army, because GanZi didn't put any pressure on him for such a long time.
Yeah, that's a good point. GanZi probably could have tried to take advantage of a mid-game timing. Instead, he opted to go the super macro route. We can see him adding command centers everywhere. He's about to take a 4th base. He's got a 5th command center coming up as well.
I mean, he's going to have a ridiculous army, of course. GanZi in this phase of the game having this army almost being maxed out. That's really, really scary for Sen. But if Sen can get a great engagement off, he doesn't have any banelings, by the way. He completely ignores banelings. Has 100 Zerglings, 7 Infestors, 11 Roaches, but absolutely 0 banelings. So I guess then it's going to get hard. But imagine if he would have had some great burrowed banelings. This could really turn around.
Yeah, that's something else that he could have certainly tried to do. We've got a big push here for GanZi, starting to take shape on Sin's creep. GanZi not even scanning to take out tumors. He's just pushing right out onto that creep.
Seems like Sen is aims to go for the counter attack, but very, very nice by GanZi. He's going to siege up a tank over here on the high ground as well.
This is what we were talking about. Great positioning by GanZi. He's certainly still going to take some damage, but he's bought himself some time. He's got that army coming back. He's going to lose some SCVs, sure. But at this stage of the game with 5 orbitals, he can just drop mules, and that's going to be no big deal.
Nice fungo over here, by the way, guys. Almost missed one of them. He's going to need to land one more.
All the Infestors have pretty much been dealt with. More Lings and Roaches coming in, though. This is a lot of units for Sin. I don't know if GanZi's got enough. There's some more great fungals. Tanks can't siege while under the effects of fungal growth, and Sin doing some big damage to GanZi's army.
Yeah, those were some really beautiful fungals, but this is not everything that GanZi has. GanZi has so many more units coming here from the south side right now. And those Infestors, Ben, they landed some good fungals over here, but they were not actually supported by any troops. I think that could have gone better.
They all died, and now there's no Infestors to support the Brood Lords that are on the way. And GanZi still with a larger army than Sin. He's up at 156 supply against 140. It's just Zergling Infestor right now, and I don't know if that's going to work against this many siege tanks.
It's going to be really tough. He's going to go for it once more. The tanks are not siege, though.
Yeah, he hasn't sieged his tanks at all. I mean, it makes me wonder if he's got siege mode. Of course he does, but he's just not using it. Sin knows that he can't do anything about it. Drops the GG, and GanZi taking game number 1.
GanZi's like, you can drop GG, I'm still going to drop all my mules. what do you call a Menamu after the GG is called? An unmenamu? Bad Menamu?
An unseen mule, because Sin wasn't even in the game.
No, but GanZi was. You think it felt good?
Maybe. He's like, this is. I don't actually know. I wish I had something funny to say to that, but I don't.
I must say, Ben, that wasn't the best game of Sen. He got a very unfortunate start. He went for a lot of Zerglings.
Yep. Well, Kingston HyperX up on the screen right now. That's because that was the Kingston HyperX. We have a name for that.
Yes.
Match to remember. The Kingston match to remember.
Well, Ben, if this is a match to remember, then I think I'm going to uninstall Starcraft. Because
oh, yeah, it wasn't the best game that we've ever seen. But GanZi looks great in game number 1, and we'll see if he can keep up that momentum moving into game number 2. Right now, we're going to kick it to a commercial break. And when we come back, game 2, Sen versus GanZi. Bye. See you soon. All right, guys. Let's go with game number 2. It's going to be on Belshire Beach Winter.
Love this map.
This is a fun map. Yesterday we saw Puma versus... No. Why do I keep saying yesterday? It wasn't yesterday.
Because time flies when you're having fun.
It was Wednesday. That's right.
Even when we're not casting, we're still having fun.
Always having fun.
Yes.
Puma versus Xenio was the last game I saw on this map, and Puma really kind of dominated it. We could possibly argue that Xenio made some suspect... Well, we could definitely argue that Xenio made a lot of suspect decisions there. But we'll see if Sen can play it a little bit better. I think he probably can.
Yeah, we'll see how GanZi opens as well. If he goes for the Reaper Expand once more.
If he does, he'll win. It's the best build in StarCraft.
Not sure about that, man. But yeah, we saw Puma opening up with those cloak banshees, and he actually did really well with them, despite not going for the things that we think he would necessarily go for. Like a lot of people think, like, all right, if you open a cloak banshee, you want to kill drones because you have to kill drones. And Puma was like, no, I'm gonna kill a queen. I'm just gonna get some map control. I'm gonna take it easy.
You are correct, sir. Yeah, Puma played really well there. That was a very educational game for Terran players. If you play Terran, go check out that VOD. It's up on our YouTube, youtube.com. What is our YouTube? I don't even know what it is. youtube.com/NAStarLeague. I looked for it for like 30 minutes today, and I was like, what the hell is our YouTube? I could never find it. And then our internet went down, and I couldn't look anymore.
Yeah, today was a very unfortunate day. Look at this first SUV, by the way, Ben, from GanZi, leaving his base really early.
Well, there's a... No, that's the first depot. We're going to have some shenanigans.
Yes, you know what GanZi did in this one game that I casted at what?
I'm sorry.
Why do you laugh?
That just sounded funny. Do you know what GanZi did in this one game that I casted this one time?
No, not I didn't want to say this one time. Last weekend at IPL, man. I did a little bit of gas casting.
Against Parting?
Yes, GanZi against Parting, and GanZi had a very cool opening. He basically went CC first, which probably people think right now, well, isn't that kind of normal in the TVP on big maps? Yes, it is. But he did it on the map Sandshorn, and let's say GanZi spawned left side, Parting spawned left. No, this is the right side. I'm a good driver, by the way, guys.
This Overlord's going to be a hero.
Don't get me confused
this
right now.
This Overlord's going to be such a hero. Oh, I
no.
just wish he could float faster.
You think he's going to see it?
Go faster.
Yeah, he does see it.
Hero Overlord. Right. Spots it. Now you can pull drones, Sen.
But anyway, what I want to say is that GanZi just built a CC out in the map and then actually floated it to one of the islands at Sandshorn. And then he went for another command center in space. So he basically went Cass's build. Ooh, this is going to be close, by the way, Ben.
Oh, freaking SCVs. Yeah. God, I hate this.
GanZi's probably good enough.
SCV's troll face.
Oh, he's going to have to be careful. Yeah.
Troll face.
Man, that's some sick luck. GanZi should play poker today.
He really should. Well, that's not even true because when Terran gambles, they always win.
We'll see how this goes. Anyway, double racks opening from GanZi. What I want to say is I really love that triple orbital build from him against Parting at the IPL. And he won with it. He made it to the championship.
I still like the way Sen's playing this. He's pulled 4 drones, but you can't surround that Marine.
Wow, this is beautiful placement on that Rex, by the way.
That drone can't attack.
Nice micro by Sen, though.
Yeah, well done by Sen. Pulling those injured drones back, sends them right to work. Another Marine will pop out, but by the time he gets here, Ling's going to be out on the map, so basically no damage taken, just a little bit of lost mining time. At the same time, no real damage taken from, well, GanZi's... No, that was a very aggressive 2-axe opening, sorry. I thought he had gone command center behind this, but it is a second barracks, so...
Well, the second barracks is in his main, though, and it's going to take a long time. This Marine is very suicidal. It's going to die for sure.
Get the drone! No, it doesn't work.
Doesn't get the drone. Interesting opening from GanZi, but I really don't think it was... I mean...
Well, he's going to follow this up with an all-in, I think. He's going to make all the SUVs pull. That's my guess. 2 more SUVs.
Yeah, it's just going to build one case.
Interesting. Well, we'll see how it works out. Sen has made a lot of drones, sorry, a lot of Zerglings, which puts him at the moment behind in drones. But man, he's going to close that gap so fast with these queens out.
But can we please give Sen some props for not losing a single drone?
Yeah, perfect micro by Sen. Really played that beautifully. And like we said, that Overlord was a hero. There's a reason that good Zerg players always send that first Overlord to their natural.
That helped out a ton, of course. So we see GanZi right now dropping both refineries in his main base. Fuel's going down as well. This second command center is well on its way. But still, overall, I felt this went very, very well for Sen. Sure, he made a few links. Sure, his drone timing got delayed just a little bit. But he knows right now that he's going to be safe for quite some time. He does have an Overlord over here on the top side of the map. Did not spot that command center yet. Probably want to do that in the near future.
Well, I think the Lings will check and confirm it. He's just kind of running around the map, making sure there's no other hit.
Could be a fake bunker, man. That's what they do in TVP.
You're right. It could be.
You know, today I played a ladder game. I actually played a lot of ladder games. But
I know. I saw. I was there.
And I went for Void Ray all in against him. This might come
like
as
a standard Roddy build.
And he had this build card over here, like pretending he was going fast expand, but actually he went 1-1-1, which is very bad against Void Ray all in. So it's like, haha, jokes on me.
Is that your whole story?
Yes.
Oh my god. Freaking Roddy.
Void
Ray all in every PvT and then really gets mad when he loses.
Not every PvT. You make me sound horrible.
Every PvT with special blocks near the natural.
I can live with that explanation. 10 more drones on the way right now for Sen. Sen is supply block once again, by the way, man, for the full 25 seconds. That's something that he really has to get out of his play.
This time on 52. Once again, he's only got 3 queens this time. So, yeah, that's really sloppy from Sen. But this time he's in a considerably better position. Has GanZi built a third command center? It doesn't look like he's going to. He's going double factory, though. Maybe Blue Flame Hellions?
That goes.
Third command center.
Yep, there it goes, though. Maybe just some mech play. Maybe he's going to play it very defensive. Might see some Tors as well. We still keep talking a lot about Tors in TVZ. I used to really not be a fan at all against it, but lately I've seen really Terran players stepping it up with their control. One game that I keep referring to is the game that we casted at the Lone Star Class Invitational between Destiny and the Muslim at Cloud Kingdom. That was really excellent control from the Muslim. He never attacked Brood Lords, always made sure to unsiege his tanks, and the Tors were always in range. And that moment I was actually convinced, like, Tors can deal with Brood Lords after all.
GanZi's game sense is excellent. Checks for this third base. Sees that nothing on the map.
Pick up the Overlord. It's a little bit risky. I mean, it's going to be fine right now. No, actually, is it going to be fine? No, Zerglings are still slow links. Speed is not ready yet. I love the positioning, by the way, from GanZi.
We'll see, and GanZi does back right up.
Get it.
I guess he's not going to get that hash rate. Now he is getting the Blue Flame upgrade and quite a few Hellions.
Speed is ready right now.
Most of those models, but
so many low HP links now.
All right, so here's my issue with playing mech. He's got now. I don't know if he's going to go pure mech or if this is just for the Hellions, but even if GanZi builds up like a Death Ball army, there's no real way to attack Zerg without setting yourself up for a big counter. So yeah, I'm not crazy about this choice from GanZi. So we'll see.
Now this map is not as big as Tal'Darim Alta, for instance, but still.
He's building more barracks now, so he's not going to be pure mech.
Just wants to have a lot of Blue Flame Hellions, because maybe he feels that he's going to play against mass links again, like Sen in the previous game had over 100 links, and yeah, that's kind of like playing PvT then. If someone has a ton of charge lots, why not get a few Blue Flame Hellions? They're not as good as in the previous patch, but still they help out. They tank damage and they deal a lot of damage.
That's very true. A little bit of Blue Flame Hellion and Marine aggression here. Sen's going to have quite a few Roaches and some Zergling support, so this fight basically comes down to control.
Yes, this is something I love to see, by the way, Roachling against, well, there are no more others right now, but still, it's going to be cute. But Sen should be more than fine. He has quite a nice supply lead. He's not using the links yet. He knows how quick they die, of course, against those Blue Flame Hellions.
Great control by Sen. Really handles that perfectly.
And even goes back to droning straight away. So ballsy.
Zones GanZi out, knows that he's defended perfectly. He's going to be up to 70 drones soon. And finally starting that layer tech. 11-minute layer, very late layer from Sen. This is just because he was doing... He didn't need it. There was no need for... Oh, never mind. I thought those Hellions were going to be trouble, but Sen's all over it. Creep Tumors are good scouts.
The Hellions were in trouble instead, man.
That's exactly right.
Jokes on them. Learned
Who's
something
laughing
new
now?
Bunker's taking a lot of damage. Not sure if this is a good idea, Sen. He does pick off this bunker and might pick off a few Marines, but he's going to lose a lot of Roaches.
Wow, that is so many Hellions. Sometimes the Blue Flame Hellion numbers just get so high that it's just like no big deal.
A lot of Zerglings streaming in right now, but I still don't think this is a great attack by Sen. We have a little bit of lag over here as well. But I mean, this didn't come down to lag at all. More roaches coming in right now, but there's a siege tank as well, so GanZi should be fine.
Oh, this lag is really good. I hope it passes. Yeah, the roaches are going to get backed up here. And they really haven't killed much. They've killed some Marines and some Hellions, so no gas units dying to the roaches.
But Sen already went back to droning. You know, he's up to 83 drones right now, and now he's just going back to mass roach production. Let's take a look at the amount of hatches he has. 1, 2, 3, 4 hatches. So hopefully he's going to get. He should have more than enough roaches out in time.
5th hatch building down at the 4th base.
Maybe all he wants to do is just sacrifice some units to be able to drone up behind it even more. And by the time GanZi could counter, he's going to have enough units in it.
Yeah, look at the supply right now. 143 supply to 97. This is looking like a
again. He needs some overlords though. I hate to be a nitpicker,
you're
but
right. You're right. Those are the mistakes you can't make at the very, very highest level. So Sen showing some imperfections in his play, albeit slight ones.
GanZi is supply blocked as well, but those depots are almost ready. He's been at 97 for a while as well, though. He's adding his first Marauders in the mix. Take a look at the upgrades. He's 1-1 right now. Infestation Pit going down for Sen as well. And 2-2 on the way. This is looking really good for Sen, though. I feel that so far everything has been going pretty good for him. He has been up control right now. We'll be able to get even better creep threat.
12 more drones and another hatchery. So a 6-hatch Zerg here. 6-hatch, 4 base. I like it. I like it quite a lot.
He's getting so many drones.
I think there's certainly some of those drones are going to be for spine crawlers at the 4th, because you really can't defend all your bases against Hellions with units, because eventually you want to fight. So wow, that's a lot of Marauders. Sen says, okay, I need to make more lings.
Stimpack is not ready yet though, so he might be able to keep quite a few of those roaches alive.
How good would Mutas be right now?
Mutas would be pretty good, certainly if we take a look at the main base of GanZi. That would kind of be like a Muta switch as this became popular in EDC.
GanZi losing some more Hellions in the middle of the map as Sen is really dictating the entire pace of this game.
Ooh, he might actually be able to
march forward.
Catch a lot of these units right now. Stim is still not ready.
Marauders are great against oh no, Sen's going to back up. Marauders are great against roaches, but sometimes you just hit a mass that's just too much. And here we go, Sen going to re-engage with roaches and Zerglings, and this is going to be a really good fight for Sen.
Definitely, because only 3 Wolflame Hellions left. These Marauders getting surrounded right now. Really, really beautiful play by Sen, just doing everything right. And heavy macro mode. Look at the 92 drones, man. 3,000 minerals a minute. How insane is that?
Yeah, beautiful macro here. GanZi pulling his SCVs, leaving the mules on to work, which is really smart. There's really no sense in pulling those mules. They don't cost you anything. Sen just continued to reinforce. He's staying maxed right now. I don't know if GanZi can do anything.
No, he has a couple of Marauders left. He has a siege tank as well. He needs to focus fire right now. 1 by 1, 2 by 2 would be better. Split up those groups.
Why does GanZi hate using siege?
I have no idea, but I think it doesn't really matter right now. Sen is looking really good.
Yes, he absolutely is. More lings streaming in. Roaches pushing forward as well. There's the 3rd base of GanZi has basically been killed, and now all that Sen has to do is march up into the natural.
A lot of low HP roaches there, but so many units streaming in from Sen. 187 supply, it just doesn't drop no matter how many units he loses. GG is what GanZi says. Wow, Sen played so well this game.
Absolutely, he did. Evens up the series 1-1.
Little bit of lag though in that last game. That's the only bit that was kind of unfortunate. We didn't have any lag on the Shadow Tempo, so really hope that the players are okay. But I don't think it changed all that much. I really feel that Sen played a fantastic game.
I agree. Man, he just kind of, like if GanZi played the perfect build in game 1, Sen just kind of played the perfect build in game number 2. Always had the right units to answer for what GanZi was throwing at him, and there was nothing the Terran could do to put a dent in that Zerg army.
Yeah, the only thing I was wondering a little bit about was that first Roach attack when he started attacking that bunker as well. I was like, Sen, you can't possibly win the game right now. He lost a lot of units there, but he also bought himself a lot of time, and since the Belshire base is so long, he made 18 drones during that attack, and after that, I mean, GanZi was like, okay, I just killed a lot of units, I want to counter, but no, Sen already had enough, had really good creep spread, made it scary for GanZi to actually just straight away fully engage. Really, really nice play by Sen, man.
There is definitely such a thing as a bad attack, but sometimes it's okay to sack units in an attack because you do more than just threaten the other guy. It's also an effective scouting tool. It forced GanZi to reveal his whole army. So then Sen's like, okay, I know exactly what you're doing now. I can build the perfect unit composition to deal with it. And that's what he did. So
I agree with you. And almost in every case, fighting on the other side of the map is always good. I mean, it's going to be harder to actually win the fight, but as long as the fight is there, that means that you have time to recover.
Yep. I think you are absolutely right, Kev. So ties up the series. Score is 1-1. We're going to go to a very, very short commercial break, guys. And then we're going to be back with Game 3 of the Kingston match to remember. Right? I think I'm right.